Hello viewers, thank God for another bright Thursday and welcome to this interesting episode of INEC Half Hour, a public enlightenment program of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. My name is Esther Chibuikem. Today, we shall bring to you the updates on INEC's preparation towards the Anambra State governorship election coming up on November 16, 2013. These and many more as Jeremiah Bello brings to you the tidbit segments right after the break. Don't go away.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to the tidbit segment on INEC Half Hour. My name is Jeremiah Bello. The Independent National Electoral Commission has been commended for its tireless efforts and commitments towards conducting free, fair, and credible elections. The commendation was made by His Eminence Cardinal John Onaikon during a courtesy visit to the office of the INEC chairman, Professor Atahiru Jega.
And I want to take the opportunity to assure you that whether we make noise or not, whether you visit here often or not, we know that the work you are doing is extremely important. And we are also aware of the challenges of the task and the amount of level-headedness and commitment, and I would say also courage that is required for you and your commissioners to do your work well, since a lot depends on what you do and how you do your work. I want to assure you of our prayers. Those of us who believe in God, whether you are Christian or Muslim, believe that the bottom line is to seek the will of God and do it. Absolutely. If we find the will of God and we do it, everything will work out well.
The Cardinal urged political parties and all stakeholders in the electoral process to play their role in upcoming elections so as to give room for credible elections.
As for elections, we are all waiting. You are our umpire. You are the umpires. The gladiators are on the field. And the rest of us are there to hope that our will be allowed to prevail. That the political contestants are supposed to be offering themselves to us for service, and we are to determine which of them should serve us.
In its response, the INEC boss, Professor Jega, in turn commended the Cardinal for his efforts and commitments towards the entire people.
We've known you, we've known your antecedents, we've known the good work you are doing for this country, not just for your parishioners or the members of your congregation, but for the whole country. And we greatly appreciate it. And no doubt our country is facing tremendous challenges, and while each and every one of us in our own little corners and responsibilities, we do our best to contribute to addressing those challenges. Obviously, we need the prayers and the spiritual guidance from leaders like His Eminence and all other religious leaders in our country. And we thank you for your prayers, we thank you for your guidance and advice and the support and the encouragement. I want to assure you that in spite of the challenges, particularly the challenges we face from the gladiators that we try to be referees to their engagements, we will continue to do our best for our country, and we will do it impartially in a non-partisan manner.
There was a group photograph at the end of the visit. In another development, INEC seeks partnership with the National Space Research Development Agency as it plans to carry out periodic delimitation of constituency exercises in the nearest future. Speaking during the Commission's visit to the Space Center, the INEC chairman, Professor Atahiru Jega, stated,
knowing what you have been doing and
being aware that there is scope for partnership with your organization and ours, we decided to pay this courtship call to you and to brief you about our preparations for the limitation of constituencies so that we can explore areas of mutual collaboration and support as we prepare to execute that assignment. As you are no doubt aware, the 1999 Constitution as amended powers the Commission to review the division of states into senatorial districts, federal constituencies, state constituencies, and the Federal Capital Territory electoral wards at an interval of not less than 10 years. The periodic limitation of electoral boundaries is necessary in countries such as ours, where single-member constituencies are used. If electoral boundaries are not adjusted periodically, population inequalities develop across constituencies, leading to what is called malapportionment. The review of electoral constituencies in Nigeria is long overdue. The current constituency structure was developed in 1996 based on the 1991 population census under a military dispensation, and this is what was used for both the 1999, 2003, 2007, and 2011 elections.
Professor Jega noted that the exercise must be hinged on reliable information data with transparency as a major guiding principle.
It is necessary to review the delimitation of the existing electoral constituencies in order to ensure more equity in political representation, and also in order to move towards ensuring equality of voting strength, and therefore to actualize the principle of one man, one woman, one vote. Because the delimitation exercise is all about ensuring equity and fairness, the exercise must be hinged on reliable information and data, with transparency as a major guiding principle. And it is in this regard that we see NASDRA as a very strategic partner, and that is essentially why we are here. We have a very elaborate program for the constituency delimitation, which has commenced with a series of interactions with stakeholders. We are now in the second phase when we are interacting with agencies of government that we consider as strategic partners.
While giving specification on areas INEC seeks assistance on, Professor Jega said,
specifically, there are a number of issues we've identified which we are hoping we may have information on that can help us. For example, first, we would need high-resolution imagery covering the entire nation as of, say, 2012, both in hard and soft copies. Secondly, we will need an imagery showing new settlements in Nigeria by states in hard and soft copies. Thirdly, we need imagery of population density in Nigeria in hard and soft copies. Fourthly, we need locality list of Nigeria, the same thing in hard and soft copies. 5, we need street maps of Nigeria in hard and soft copies. Number 6, we need a digital terrain model of Nigeria in hard and soft copies showing, for example, the road network system, lowland, highland, drainage patterns, swampy areas, Niger Delta areas, arid and semi-arid areas. And we also need any other useful information that can go a long way to support our work, the delimitation exercise. So, any of these things that we listed that you have, or areas where we can partner together to be able to generate this, just like we have done with other agencies, population commissions, surveyor general, and others.
we will be very much delighted to work together and to see how we can make that assignment very successful indeed. We have drafted a memorandum of understanding, which, if agreeable with you, you can look at it and see. Once we agree that there are areas where we can cooperate, then you can look at that draft carefully and see how we can move up with it if there is need, so that we can sign it and it can become a framework for our subsequent engagements.
In his remarks, the Director General of the National Space and Research and Development Agency, Professor Saidu Onailu Mohammed, observed that the delimitation of constituency is a sensitive assignment that requires a scientific approach.
As a custodian of space assets in Nigeria, there's more than enough we can do for you. I'm quite aware of the delicate assignment of national delegation in terms of electoral boundaries. We know the sensitive nature of that assignment. We believe that scientific approach is the best approach. In addition to that, we and our colleagues here want to assure you that we will stand by you, come rain, come shine. And we also believe, besides that, there are other things we can offer INEC. That we need to train some of the technical staff so that they can have a geographic information system laboratory, so that information can be updated by yourself. That we promise we can do. Space program is not only about sending satellites into the orbit, but making information available to the people. Currently, we assembled a good number of experts that can be compared to anywhere. The training of over 15 engineers and scientists during our first satellite, and the training of over 54 engineers and scientists in China for the second satellite. And the recent 2 satellites launched, the training of about 25 engineers and scientists, in addition to over 100 of our colleagues being trained, and our collaboration with Nigerian universities makes us more than enough capable to support you.
The DG of the Space Center mentioned other areas INEC could benefit from the agency.
There are other things you can benefit from us. We have a pool of engineers and scientists training in communication satellite. And by that, you can quicken your response time after elections through an encoding system that makes you, when the election closes, results can be forwarded to you. Even on the GSM lines, all these are on communication satellite. All you need to do is encode and encrypt them to make them safe and secure, so that these things can be forwarded to your centers within 1 or 2 hours. Therefore, making us as competitive as any country anywhere in the world. The fact that GSM coverage is almost total in Nigeria, it means there is more than enough we can do with it. It's not only about talking, but passing data from one center to another reliably. In addition to that, we can jointly also work to link our voting boxes through a global positioning system in such a manner that if touts remove them from where they are supposed to be, you can monitor them from your offices. This technology already exists. People use them all over the world to monitor fleets. It's the same thing. We can help you do that.
In another development, INEC has registered 2 political parties, which brings the total number of registered political parties to 25.
The name of the 2 political parties that were registered by the Commission the Independent Democrats and the People's Democratic Movement, PDM. In consonance with the Commission's practice, no political association will be registered unless it meets the mandatory constitutional and electoral requirements. Well, for the interest of viewers, some of these requirements include that the party must have its headquarters in Abuja, the national capital. Number two, it must have to present evidence of ownership of the office or evidence of tenancy of that building. The commissions also verify members of the political association to ensure that they ensure national spread among its ESCO members. The Commission also looked at the constitution and manifestos of the various political parties in order to ensure that they are in compliance with the relevant provisions of the law. And of course, the symbol and logo of the political parties are also verified to ensure that they are not in conflict of any existing political associations.
Well, that's it on the tidbit segment of INEC Half Hour. Stay tuned as I hand you back to Esther Chibwikem for the rest of the program.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, the program is INEC Half Hour, a voter enlightenment program of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Have you just turned 18 years of age and you reside in Anambra State, or you were unable to register before now? You have an opportunity to register as INEC carries out continuous voter registration exercise in Anambra State. Sit back as we bring you our future segments on Anambra State. Anambra State was created in 1991 with its capital at Awka. The state, also referred to as the Light of the Nation, has a total land area of 4,844 kilometers square and shares common boundary with Delta State to the west, Imo and River State to the south, with Enugu State to the east and Kogi State to the north. Anambra State stands out as one of the most populated states in Nigeria with 21 local government areas, namely Agwata, Awka North, Awka South, Anambra East, Anambra West, Aniocha, Anyamelum, Unukofia, Ekusigo, Idemili North, Idemili South, Ihiala, Njikoka, Nnewi North, Nnewi South, Ogbaru, Onitsha North, Onitsha South, Orumba North, Orumba South, Oyi. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has made tremendous strides at improving Nigeria's electoral process in the past 2 years. Anambra State is therefore no exception, as Professor Atahiru Jega stated recently that the Commission was committed to making the Anambra governorship election the best so far. On this note, INEC Half Hour crew had a one-on-one interview with the Director ICT, Mr. Chidinwafo.
We now start doing what we call data consolidation fully in electronic form, not what is on the paper. Because from Anambra State, we don't want to have what you call identity register. Everybody must be in a database, in the electronic database. So you must have been captured electronically before you be in the database. So when we did that, we found out that those in the database is about 1.811 million. The reason has to do that there are some polling units that the registration was done in addendum, there are some polling units that we don't have in our database. So today we have 1.811 million after data consolidation. And we went on to do the EFIS, that is finding people that did multiple registration in that Anambra State. And by the time it's revealing that almost about 100,000 were caught for double registration. So the register as it is, after EFIS, becomes 1,718,000,000, about 1.71 million.
Speaking on the issue of continuous voter registration exercise in Anambra State, the ICT director restated that the commencement of the exercise would capture those who have turned 18 and those who were unable to register before now to do so.
So what did the commission do is to do a process, we must do continuous voter registration. This continuous voter registration will be starting on 19th to 26th of this month, which is August. If you have turned 18, come and register. If during the 2011 you were 18 but you did not register, come and register. If also you registered and your name is not in the register because we are going to display it, it means you were caught for multiple registration, or maybe the business rules because during the process of registration we couldn't get your fingerprint. You come back and register. So that process is starting on 19th. So right now, if you ask me the total number of registered voters, I can say it's 1,711,061. But you know, after the continuous voter registration, we still consolidate, run the FEs. If there are people who have done multiple registration, we'll still catch them. Like today, they are preparing for prosecution of people in Anambra State who have done multiple registration.
While assuring Nigerians on non-delay in the announcement of results, the ICT director said,
I can assure you there will be further improvement in Anambra State. So there will be very, very free, clean, and credible election in Anambra State. Because one, the register do not have addendum again, it's a cleaner register. The process has improved, results will be announced quickly. Things for what is on ground in terms of the registration, the day of election, everything is going according to plans.
INEC also had another round of interview with the director, voter registry, Engineer Emmanuel Akem, and this was what he said.
What we do now is that we intend to have an improved register. No more anything like addendum register, because we are going to recapture the data of those people that we didn't really have their names under the electronic register. We're going to computerize everything now so as to improve the register, and the bottom line is to make sure that we don't disenfranchise anyone. I think that is the best we can do for now.
Wow! That's it on the preparations for Anambra State elections. Last week, we provided you with a platform to air your views, comments, and suggestions on our feedback segments. The door is still open for your responses on what you think INEC should do in the conduct of elections, or what INEC is not doing right. I am glad to announce to you that you still have an opportunity to send in your views, comments, questions, and suggestions. And we can assure you that INEC's door is open to respond promptly. To do this, visit our website at www.inecnigeria.org or send an SMS to this number 080-6547-8121. Thanks for staying with us. Join us same time next week for another interesting package on INEC. But before we go, remember to participate positively in the electoral process. Just as Billy Graham once said, only those who want everything done for them are bored. Bye for now.